y'all, this is Marissa with Marissa Moments, and you know what day it is, one of my favorite days. It is Oracle Tuesday. So I'm going to be speeding up the shuffle, of course, with my Marissa Moments personally made Oracle deck. It's a big deck, y'all. Anyway, sorry, get your mind out the gutter. Anywho, let's speed this up. And yes, if this message resonates, that means it's for you. And if not, that's cool too. Just keep it pushing. But either way, thanks for watching, and let's get into it. Clear message. Understood. Healing on a journey, clarity, understanding, peace, productivity, abundance. Oh, stop. Stop. Y'all, my camera keeps cutting on its own. I think there's a spirit with me. If you're there, spirit, say hello. I mean, if you're a good spirit, though. Oof. Anyway, let's get into it. So I pulled the cards. I'm going to list them out and then we'll go into them. So excuses are not getting you closer to your goals. This next one came out sideways, y'all. Kindness is free. Don't forget to spread it around. No one is perfect. Be kind to yourself. Hey, your future is calling. It doesn't say hey, but I added that. There are no easy outs. And bottom of the deck energy, we have, does it spark joy? All right, so let's get into it. I got to move my little crystals out the way. So excuses are not getting you closer to your goals. I mean, can Spirit be any more straightforward with you? Like, I love that these are a lot of different cards that are coming out of my big deck. Let's be clear on that. But so here's the thing. You have all of these goals that you keep setting out for yourself. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Like, you know what, in the middle of the night when you're like, I'm going to get up early. I'm going to work out. I'm going to wash those dishes. I'm going to clear the sink and clean the kitchen before I even go to bed, all those things. But then when it comes up to it, you're like, nah, it's okay. Pass. That's going to be a hard pass, right? Well, what Spirit is saying is that, listen, those excuses are not going to get the job done. Just like with that kitchen example, if you walk away from those dishes, they're not going to do themselves. I mean, maybe they are. Maybe you're living in the future. Are you living in the future? That's pretty cool. But if you're not living in the future and you don't have a robot like in the Jetsons to do your dishes, and you don't load that dishwasher if you have one, then guess what? Those excuses are not going to get the job done. Now that relates to something as simplistic as doing the dishes, but also something as grand as your goals, your hopes, your manifestations, and your dreams. Whatever is put on your heart in terms of those ultimate desires and goals and things like that. Of course, keeping in mind that we cause no intentional harm to self or one another. Once those goals are put into your heart and into your mind, then you need to start working on them. I don't care what it is, even if it means like you got to take a class, and I don't want to hear you can't afford to take the class, because I get that. But there's always free alternatives if you're willing to put in the work to find it, right? And that is, again, using excuses not to get to the place where you swear you want to be. Let's say you want to move. You've been talking about moving. Have you been looking into other apartments or houses or anything like that? Regardless of how much money you have in the bank, you have to start taking action behind your goals in order to get there. Otherwise, you're just sitting in the same spot talking about, yeah, one day I'm going to do that. Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not. And this is tough love, but you need to hear it, right? Now, kindness is free. Don't forget to spread it around. Y'all, that's funny coming after what I just said. But this came out sideways, right? Because what I'm receiving is that sometimes you get it twisted. It's almost like you're nice to the wrong people. Like the people who treat you like basura, like garbage, are the people that you're like, please, sir, may I have some more? Meanwhile, the people that are nice to you, you're like, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? So what Spirit is saying is that you don't have too far to go, because you're starting to understand that which people treat you kindly and which people don't treat you kindly. So you're starting to see it. That's why it's not completely upside down, but you have to take action on it, right? You have to start putting actions behind your words. And I feel like that's a lot of what this reading is about. It's about taking action, because to know something and to do something are what? Two totally different things. So it's time to take action. And Spread around that kindness. Don't be stingy with it. Don't feel like you can't say good morning to somebody just because they didn't say good morning to you, right? You can make somebody's day with the simplest of things. And it's okay if they give you a crazy look. Listen, I get crazy looks all the time. I'm used to it. So kindness is free. Spread it around, because even though that next person might give you a crazy look, you never know who else is watching, and that's going to open a door for you. Now, let's see. No one is perfect, so be kind to yourself. Now, of course, even when it comes to this reading or any reading that I give you, if I'm giving you that proverbial tap on the hand, like y'all stop doing that, listen, it's okay. We all go through it. I still have my moments, Marissa moments, where I'm like, ooh, I just yelled. I just lost my temper. I just did this. I just did that. Or I said yes when I meant no, or whatever it is, right? And then when I have that mindful moment in hindsight, Captain Hindsight to the rescue, then I say, okay, I messed up this time, but it's okay because I learned from it, and I'm going to try to apply it the next time. And I'm not saying everything's going to be perfect. You're not going to get it right 100% of the time. So you have to be kind to yourself. Give yourself the same grace, space, and opportunity that you give to others so freely, right? That kindness that you pass around to people who treat you like basura, and that means garbage, if you're wondering, right? Now, here's the thing. Your future has been calling. So what I see is like almost you're tethering yourselves to those meanies, right? Those meanies that you're so kind to, like, please see me, please notice me, please, all these things. And I'm not making fun of you because I am you, right? I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Right? So, but the thing of it is that sometimes you get so focused on the past that you forget to live in the present and understand that the present is leading you to tomorrow, which is the future, because your future has been calling you. That's why you keep seeing signs and symbols as they relate and pertain to whatever dream is on your heart, whatever goal is on your heart. Your brain is creating that algorithm that's trying to pull in all the things that are related to what you actually want, what your higher self is calling out for, but you're refusing to acknowledge it. You're refusing to grasp it because you feel unworthy, because you choose to tether yourself to the past. But what Spirit is saying, oh, I spit confirmation, passion. Anyway, what Spirit is saying is that it's time to cut the cords. It's time to cut the cords and know and understand that you are capable of whatever is put on your heart. If you are in that situation and circumstance, it's because you are capable of overcoming it. You are capable of not only surviving, but thriving in whatever environment that you find yourself in, because that's where you get the lessons. And then you take those lessons and then you turn that pain into purpose, and then you succeed. Got that? Your future's calling. Ring, ring, ring. Are you going to answer? Hello. And there are no easy outs. No. So here's the thing. What I hear when I see this is Amazon, right? Y'all know if you shop Amazon, you know that things come like almost as soon as you hit that enter button, right? Well, ideally in a perfect world, in my perfect world, right? Manifest. But in life, in reality, things don't necessarily always work out that way. That was a lot of disclaimers. Things don't necessarily always almost work out that way, right? So you have to put in the work. That's where it comes full circle. You can't let your excuses feel like they're going to take you there. And also what I hear is God helps those who help themselves, right? And let's get biblical a little bit here, not to say that you have to be religious to understand this or to grasp the notion, but you have not because you ask not, right? And so what you have to do is, one, ask. And what I hear is not just ask God like, oh, Lord, please let this money, let this lottery come through, right? You got to take action on it. You got to buy the ticket. You can't expect to win the lottery if you're not even willing to buy the ticket. Oh, I'm losing my breath here. And then at the end of the day, in the words of the great Marie Kondo, does it spark joy, right? That's how you know if you're moving in the proverbial right direction, especially when it comes to your own personal decisions. When you are the one to make that decision of where I'm going to go, what I'm going to do. Now, sometimes don't get it twisted. I understand that sometimes that decision is out of your hands, but when you are in the position to make that decision, ask yourself before you say anything. Take that breath, take that moment. Does this spark joy? And what I receive is almost like when it comes to an invitation, right? Because people will invite you places, spaces, energy, emotions, all of those things. And when it comes down to it, does it spark joy? If the answer is no, and you don't feel like you can be helpful in that moment, then just say no, y'all. Y'all remember that saying, just say no? Yeah, that's what you got to do. What at the end of the day, and the bottom line to this bottom line is, you're in a space where you need to start focusing on yourself, and not selfishly, right? Because you do still have opportunity, and what I see is almost like a little air pocket to be there for others. But when it really comes down to it, you have to continue to work on yourself in your healing and your progress when it comes to manifestations and goals, with regardless of it's towards business or healing, right? Mental health, emotional well-being, all of those different things, regardless of what it's about, this is the season for you to take action, right? And no, I'm not reading, I'm reading. So, does it spark joy? Make sure you're taking action on your goals. Your future is calling you. It's time for you to answer, and stop being so nice to the people that aren't so nice to you. I'm not saying be mean, but maybe turn around and walk away. Got that? So that's it. Thanks for watching. I always loved Oracle Tuesdays. I hope you got your message. I hope you're understanding this. Make sure you follow me, friend me, all the things, and I'll see you next week. Apples and tomatoes, and bye.